Hi, I'm Sheli G, and I'm the Master Certified Consultant for small businesses, entrepreneurs, startups, and leaders. And today I want to talk about why businesses and leaders would need a coach or a consultant in their business. Well, a lot of entrepreneurs obviously have a lot of courage and a lot of ability and confidence in their strengths, and that's why they want to start a business or have started a business. So most of them have achieved a certain amount of success in their life. Sometimes I get asked that question, well, why would a smart, savvy business person need coaching or consultation? I have to go back to part of my story, which is my first business that I started when I was 25, and I know that was really young, and there was nothing that I thought that I couldn't do. So that was the good news. The bad news was there was a lot I didn't know that I didn't know. And about 5 years later, when I closed the doors on that business, after learning a lot of amazing lessons, both the bliss and some of the tragedy of owning your own business and all the lessons that come with that, one of my takeaways that I learned very deeply was that I wanted more mentors. I wanted more coaching and consulting if I ever owned another business again or did anything that was really risky in my life, whether it was for business or just to be in service to my church or my community. That there's many things that we're not good at or that we don't know. So even if you're a great leader, my personal opinion is we should always be growing and evolving, and that means constantly adapting to cultural changes, technology that's changing, social media, which is changing by the minute, and also just looking at what we're not good at, looking at what I call the blinders, or those areas that we just haven't had experience in, haven't had training in, or just haven't been exposed to, but someone else has, and so they have tools in their tool belt that can really maximize what we're already doing and take it to a whole other level up. So the first reason that I really believe that businesses need a coach or a consultant is once you hire somebody, you're invested. You really want to make that work. The minute people are paying any kind of money, from a small fee to a big fee, people are a lot more invested at wanting to get their value out of that. So what that looks like is they're a lot more willing to do whatever it takes on their end to implement or integrate whatever it is that they're learning in order to maximize the money that they're spending. It's just kind of psychology 101. We think we get more when we pay something for it versus just getting it for free. When you sign up for a free teleconference, at least for me, I know how many free teleconferences I've missed. I haven't paid anything. It's easy to sign up. It doesn't cost me anything but plugging in my email address to sign up for something like that. But when I pay money, if I pay $50 or $100 or $300 for a teleconference, you better believe I'm going to be there, right? There's also a perceived value, if you understand business, that I automatically think I'm getting more of a value because I paid something. So the minute we pay and we invest in ourselves and in our businesses at that level where we hire a coach or a consultant, we're just invested psychologically and subconsciously at a whole different, deeper level. So you're just automatically going to get more value out of it most of the time. Also, I do love the fact that when you get a mentor, a coach, a consultant, they usually have tools in their tool belt that you don't know about. They know resources, they know websites, they know books that you should be reading, they know people that you need to talk to, because you just can't be all places at all times, even though you wish that you could if you're like me. So what are you missing out on by not having a coach or a consultant? What do they know, or what have they experienced, or what resources do they have in their back pocket that you could easily access? Sometimes those are free resources, but you need to know about them. Sometimes they can introduce you to somebody really powerful that you just either wouldn't have known about or wouldn't have had access to on your own. So leveraging that is really key. The other reason that hiring a third-party consultant or coach is that they're objective. You know, when somebody comes in and coaches you on anything from the outside looking in a situation, they're more objective than you are. Did you ever date somebody and your friends and your family were going, you know, I don't think this is the right person for you, but in the moment you just couldn't really see it, or maybe you didn't want to see it because you were just in it, and there's just a certain amount of us that are kind of limited, at least in those moments, by what we can really see. So when somebody comes in as a third party, they can just kind of do their investigation, really do their homework, but they can look and see things that maybe you're not seeing anymore, or maybe you're just too focused on other areas. So they have that objectivity to kind of take more of a bird's eye viewpoint of your business, if you will, and it's really a broader stroke of what's going on, and give you feedback. Maybe you've thought about it before, but they give you confirmation on some of the things that are working and not working about your business. But maybe they also give you enlightenment on areas that you didn't realize could be working at a higher level. So I love that objectivity. So another thing that they really bring is accountability. When somebody comes in and gives you some tasks that they know are tried and true and that are going to help your business, it's great when you have an ongoing relationship with somebody, whether it's a weekly appointment or a bi-weekly appointment, whatever you set up with your coach or your consultant. But when you know that that person's coming in and they've asked you to, say, do a survey with your employees, or they've asked you to look at what your ROI is on a certain campaign, or whatever the little homework assignment they give you might be, you have that accountability. If you're like me, most entrepreneurs are really get it done, make it happen people. So we want to achieve those goals. And so when I have that accountability, I'm going to work extra hard to make sure that I do what I set out to do, that I do what I say I'm going to do. If I commit to it, I get it done. But a lot of times I don't necessarily do those same amounts of things without that accountability of that objective third party. So accountability is really a huge key. Also, consultants and coaches are really big on having you measure things. Now, most of us as small business owners, we know we need to measure things, and we do measure a lot of things. But oftentimes there are areas we're not measuring, or we're not measuring it correctly. And again, they might have ideas or systems or tools that we can use that make it really user-friendly to measure things we need to be looking at. But say we need to be measuring how much traffic we're getting from social media to our website. There's so many things to do in any given day. And I find myself prey to this too, that sometimes it's just tough to prioritize. Well, again, with their objectivity, they can come in and say, you know what, social media is just huge. It's grown so huge even in the last 90 days. It should be one of your top 3 priorities of measuring how much traffic you're getting from that, measure how many clients you're actually converting from that traffic, and figuring out how we can monetize that better. That's going to bring some of the biggest benefits to your bottom line. Well, that's great. They can point out where we need to measure. All of those things end up resulting in our businesses going smoother, getting more things done, getting them done more efficiently and without as much brain damage. And we can really use all of the tools and the things that a consultant or a coach teaches us to get the results that we want. Because at the end of the day, we want results. We want our bottom line to be stronger. We want our employees, if we have employees, to be happier. We want to be working less, and we want to be working smarter, and we want to be on vacation, having somebody else manage our business someday. But with all of the results that we want, it's so great to have that person come in and really objectively help us take a bird's eye view of our business and make it better. For more tips and inspiration for your life or your business, go to shelig.com. That's SHELIG.com.